Hello, how are you all? I hope you are all okay. I'm trying to decide if I'm crazy like a lot of people seem to think I am, but it is a glorious day and I have come up to Dartmoor for my first wild camp, solo wild camp in what feels like forever. And I was working it out and I think my last solo camp on Dartmoor was last August. Disgusting. So I am rectifying that situation immediately. Come on. I don't know if you can see the moon there, kind of middle of the picture near the top. The moon is out and the sun. Look at those views, man. You can even see the sea in the distance. That sky. And that's where we're headed today. Great Staple. I've never camped on Great Staple. So tonight is the night. Look at these beauties. Hello. You're gorgeous. You are very handsome. Sorry to disturb you, mate. Soz. Got more coming over to say hello now. How gorgeous is that look? Absolutely beautiful. This one's got some right stumpy little legs, look. Hello, beautiful. Oh, look. You are very handsome. Oh. Right, I am desperate to film, but I don't want to blind you, and the sun's behind me and it's getting really low in the sky, so I am heading up there, not far to go now. So once I'm at the top I can find somewhere a bit out of the sun. I'm literally chasing the daylight now, really. I'm not entirely sure what time it is. I got here a bit later than intended. I cannot believe how frozen everything is up here. It's beautiful, but the ground is like rock. So I did ask in my Facebook group yesterday, seriously, what do I do if I can't get the pegs in the ground? I think we might find out. Someone suggested peeing where you're going to put your pegs, but that's can't go around my tent peeing in about 17 different spots. Don't have that much good control. Right, this is going to be me, she says, falling over, down here, hidden behind this massive rock because the wind is going to be coming from literally that way tonight, and it is going to get quite gusty. So this is my little spot. Down over yonder, you might just about be able to see the top of a little tent somewhere. Where is it? I can't see it. There, I think. And that is my friend's husband. How cool is that? So Kev, I'm so chuffed you're up here, mate. It's absolutely lovely. Really, really good. I'll get him on camera later. Shh, secret. So I'm going to get set up now. It's only 3:20. I actually thought it was later than that. But the sun, if I show you, I'm in such a good spot up here. I can't believe I've never camped up here before. But look. That is going to be epic later for a sunset. It's just gorgeous. This is like the last nice day. There's a humongous storm coming in. Sunday is the worst day. Tomorrow it's coming in. So hopefully I'll be all right in the morning. And then as the day goes on, it just gets steadily worse and worse. So I'm definitely making the most of this amazing weather. Right, let's get this little tent up. I'm so excited. So excited to be using this tent this weekend. Man, it is cold. The wind that is coming in is really bitter, but I'm just sitting here. The sun's kind of disappeared behind the clouds now, which is a bit of a shame. You can see my camera off behind filming a time lapse, which hopefully will be good. I've just had to kind of move it a little bit, but yeah, I've met a lovely lady called Amy. So hi Amy. She follows my Facebook group, which is cool, and I'm just gonna have my first beer now. There's lots of people milling around, but it's such a beautiful evening, I'm not surprised. But I'm going to stop yammering, I'm going to enjoy this sunset, and I'll bring you back later. Honestly, it is so beautiful, but it's so freaking cold. That wind is biting and is just cutting through. Well, not my. I'm not cold. My fingers are really cold. My face is really cold. So look at it. It's gorgeous. It's actually showing a lot more. It's actually showing a lot more on camera than it does in real life, to be fair. It still looks amazing on camera, but it is kind of fizzling. So I am going back to the vague warmth and shelter of my tent. I can't stand out here anymore. I'm sorry. Look at me in my little tent. Man alive, is it cold? Seriously, I'll do a check in a minute of my I've got my put new batteries in my little thermometer thing, so I'll see in a minute how cold it is. I will admit I've had 2 beers without you. Apologies. So I watched the sunset, and then because it was getting dark, I thought actually I'm going to pop over and say hello to Kev, who's over that way, and yeah, I'd had a beer watching the sunset, and then I've had another beer nattering. Bear with. This tent's not overly conducive to filming, I'll be honest. So I started with this beer, which the lovely Lizzie and Adam bought me. And Lizzie, this beer was lush. Like, so nice. So thank you very much. I love this one. If you want to buy me another one, that's absolutely fine. Only jokes, obviously. But oh my God, it was absolutely beautiful. And I was drinking it watching the sunset, which I know obviously makes everything seem even better, doesn't it? But it was so fruity and yummy. It was just amazing. And then I've just enjoyed this. Sean and Claire, thank you very, very much for sending me this. It was flipping lovely. It was so nice. Black Forest Gatto Stout, 8%. What could possibly go wrong when you've had no tea? Yeah, the time's actually getting on now as well, so it's now 7:20 and I haven't had my dinner, so I'm going to cook in a minute. And I've just bought a I have bought a wonderful dinner from the State Detective. Thank you, Steve, old chap, for my emergency ration drop. Appreciate it, darling. Oh my god, those dinners are so good though, so good. I'm going to put the link in the description because they're so yummy. So I've got meatballs and pasta for tea today, which I'm incredibly excited for. I've just put foot warmers in my shoes, and I have my little hand warmers from Temu in my mittens. I don't think I've ever actually used these on a camp before. Let me just try and get my hand in. Look, proper ski mittens. But I tell you what, with these bad boys on, and my little, where's my other one? There we go. And with my foot warmers in my toes, I'm starting to warm up. Just been sat out chatting, and you know what it's like. It is such a clear night tonight. There's a just over half a moon. I don't know if there's a proper name for that. It's stunning out there, but yeah, man, it's so bitter. It's so bitter. So I'm going to warm up a bit, and then I'm going to get some water boiling for my tea. I'm going to open my door so I don't build up any condensation in here, but going to boil some water and have my dinner, whatevs. And then hopefully that will warm me up on the inside, and then I have rum for later. Be rude not to, wouldn't it? I'm sorry I haven't filmed much. I feel like I'm really bad that I should have filmed more, but I had the jitters, seriously, before coming out here today. It's been such a long time since my last solo wild camp on Dartmoor, using a different tent, which was problematic putting it up because the ground was freaking so frozen solid. I couldn't get the pegs in. Had to find a rock, bash my pegs in. Not sure they'll ever be the same again. But I managed to get it up, ladies and gentlemen, after some perseverance. Yes. And if I am drunk now, you can blame Kev, because it was his fault completely. Becky, sort him out. But on the plus side, I've convinced him to come to the community camp. Yay! Right, I'm warming up, and then I'm going to get some tea on. Just for the record, there's snow or ice and frost still on the ground from last night. That was here when I arrived. Water's on to boil for my dinner, and then darkness is all around. So I've just finished boiling the water for my dinner, so my dinner is nice and warm. I'm about to tuck into that. I used the water to make a hot chocolate. If you know, you know. Cheers. Oh yeah, baby, hot chocolate. Orange hot chocolate, nonetheless, with a bit of rum. Just to warm the cockles, you understand. It is cold after all. So to keep my dinner warm tonight, I am using this. Trying to really not conducive to filming at all. So this is a down pouch from the amazing James, Sussex Outdoors. You can get these from you know who, Outdoor Gear Essentials. I'm having that made into a dance theme this year. That is one of my New Year's resolutions. God damn it. These pouches are incredible. Got a zip on the top. They are so much more padded than the other down pouch that I had for my electricals. So I bought this one to support James. He's lush. Love you, James. To keep my dinners warm, to support or to sort of help look after my electrics. And yeah, what else? What other reasons do you need? I'm going to put a link in the description because this thing is amazing. State Detective Steve, I say, old chaps. These dinners, if you have not tried them, are absolutely flipping incredible. They are so tasty. They are literally like you'd have at home. They are seasoned just right. It is just the right amount. They're just bloody lovely. Absolutely flipping lovely, and nice and generous on the meatballs. So you eat. Can't scrimp on your meatballs. Who doesn't love a meatball? Honestly. When it's cold like this, I just wanted ease and simplicity and absolute yumminess. And these dinners, I know they weigh more than a dehydrated meal. I'm not stupid, but they taste incredible, and they're like £5 something each. They're so good. So I'm going to enjoy my dinner and my hot chocolate with a little cheeky rum in it. And I'll bring you back in a bit because I have got a few thank yous to make while I'm in my tiny tent. Okay, I'm really sorry I haven't done much filming, but this tent is not, it's not conducive to filming. It is not big enough for me to be able to put my tripod up, and I'm zipped in the inner, so it's really small. So I've just been chilling this evening. I have had my little hip flask of rum, just scrolling on socials and just relaxing. It is cold, I'm not going to lie. Last time I looked, it was 0.6 degrees, and that was in the porch of my tent, so outside, God only knows. So yeah, it is a cold one. I've got a little red nose, and I'm starting to get all bunged up, as I always do every time I come out. It's weird, don't get it. But I'm going to go to bed now. It's only early, but hey, I'm snuggled in my sleeping bag. Well, my bottom half is snuggled in my sleeping bag. Hopefully I will have a nice warm night. I do have some thank yous to do. I'll do them in the morning, just because hopefully by then I'll be a little bit more awake, a little bit warmer. You never know. Get some caffeine in me in the morning and then I'll do my thank yous. So I'm off to bed. Night. It's a windy one. It's been like this nearly all night. It's been a very long night. Oh, man alive. Well, I'm not missing any dramatic sunrises, and that wind is freezing, but look at those views. Oh, I'll get out properly in a minute. I can spot a lesser spotted Kevin over there. My friend's husband Kev, I think he must be taking his tent down. This is not a day you kind of just stick around and enjoy the views, because that wind is so flipping cold. Oh. Morning. I look rough as rats this morning. It felt like the longest night of my life. I slept really well for the first few hours, and then I woke up about 3:30, and that was it then, on and off. Couldn't sleep the rest of the night. bit chilly. I wasn't cold, but I was just a bit chilly, you know. And then my toes got cold, even though I had my socks on, my down boots on. Yeah, I will report back fully in a bit. I want to get out and see the views. I want to get the kettle on. I need a cuppa big time. Give these bags time to settle. Look at them, bloody suitcases this morning. Until I've done my makeup in half dark as well. Oh God, have you missed this, peeps? Have you you missed the Karen's Gone Wild camping mess in the morning? Right, come on, I need a cuppa for sure. Let's go. It's blowing a good one. Poor little tent's not made for this weather. I think I maybe didn't get it tensioned out very well yesterday because the ground was frozen. So yeah, bashing the pegs in with a rock, not terribly conducive to getting the best pitch. Look at that. Flipping hell, man. They are some skies, aren't they? Let me turn you around. Hang on, my ugly mug's spoiling it. Try and hold you still, that's the problem. There's Ruse Tor there. You can see Great Links off in the distance, actually. For such a kind of stormy old day, you can see quite a long way. Look at that. So last night I was using this. Oh, hang on. It's all inside out. There. So this is the Sea to Summit Thermalite Extreme. Hang on. Why is it as soon as I need to remember what something's called, I can never remember what it's called? I've just gone to get the bag now. So it is the Sea to Summit Thermalite Reactor Extreme in the long. This cost me £75. I'm sure if you shopped around you might be able to get it cheaper, but I wanted it specifically for this camp. I'll just move a little bit. There you go. Yeah, so it's allegedly meant to add 15 degrees Celsius to the warmth of your sleeping bag, which was why I wanted it. Now, I was exceedingly sceptical about it offering 15 degrees, but I figured even if it maybe offered half of that, it would be great. I can't say it offered I can't say it offered a huge difference, but it did make a difference. It's really, really roomy, so I was worried I was going to feel really restricted in there. Just found a hot hand in the bum. But yeah, really, really roomy. I was able to kind of pull it up right round my head. There is a drawstring on it actually, which I didn't use that actually. I didn't even see that was on there. So there is a drawstring, you can pull it literally right round like a hood if you want to. I don't like too much around my head, and I already had a hood on from my top. I just pulled my hood up. But it definitely did make a difference. Not a 15-degree difference by any stretch of the imagination. I was still chilly last night. I was in my Snugpack Softy Elite 4 sleeping bag because I figured that that kind of reflects the heat back at you. So whether having this stop that from working quite so well is a possibility. I did wonder if it would be. I was in a bivy bag as well because I thought A, it adds another layer, and B, if my lovely, very old tent leaked or failed for any reason, then I would be nice and dry. So yeah, I'm just going to have a bit of a pack up now. I will give you my thoughts on the tent. I mean, she's beautiful. She's very flappy this morning, very flappy. The guys had come a bit loose. With the peg out points being elasticy, they're stretchy, which is good, but I think it's kind of just put a lot of movement in the tent, which is then like loosened off the guy lines. I mean, look at her, she's flapping a good but yeah, she is beautiful, and I'm very, very pleased I spent the night in her. I can't sit up in the inner with it zipped shut, and that for me is extremely problematic, trying to get in. So I was trying to get into this, which has no zip on it, so you have to get in right from the top and wriggle your way in. Then I had to get in my sleeping bag, which zips up on the left hand side, then in my bivy bag, which zips up on the front. It was a bloody faff, I'm telling you now, trying to get into bed last night. It was a nightmare when I couldn't sit up properly. So for me, that's a bit of a sad point, really, because I really don't know if I would choose to camp in this again. However, I was gifted this tent by a friend, and I have another friend who has already said, oh, me next if you ever want to get rid of it, so I may well pass it on. But I'm so chuffed to have spent a night in it. Very nostalgic, absolutely love it, love seeing it out on the moors. It's a stunning little tent, and for like, it must be like 35 years old. Yes, I'm that old, but it must be about that. And it's to have handled this wind is incredible. It's impressive. She's just beautiful. She's beautiful. But yeah, I'm going to take a slow pack up now. I'll say goodbye before I go. But yeah, there is a storm coming, literally. So I need to get packed up and get off the moors really before it decides that it's going to pee it down with rain, which I think it might. Man alive, there's nothing glamorous about camping this time of year, is there? So I've just had a slightly panicked pack up, but I'm all good. Leave no trace. I'll show you why I was beginning to panic a little bit. So that's the direction the weather is coming from, and it is looking grim. So that's why I was a little bit panicked about getting the tent down, because it's basically dry other than a few little specks of rain. But this has, I know I look rough as anything. This has been an amazing camp. Those skies, you see how moody it is. But yeah, I've had an absolutely amazing camp. I hope you've enjoyed coming with me. I know it's probably a slightly shorter Dartmoor video than normal, but hopefully as the weather improves, I'll be able to get out more and bring you more Dartmoor solo camps. Right, time to brave this wind and weather. I'll see you again soon, guys. Take care. Bye. It's so windy. It's a battle and I'm walking straight into it to try and find my way across all this as well. Can't hold you still. Right, I'm going now. Bye.